morning, everybody. I'm here at Jerod's getting him picked up. Just stopped at Sheets, got us a couple croissant sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese, and Jerod's coming to the truck right now. It's Sunday, October the 17th, and we're headed over to the club. We didn't hunt yesterday because we had a storm come through yesterday morning. Had heavy rains, gusty winds. Yesterday afternoon we got to hunt, but we went down to the farm and practiced bow shooting. So today we're going Sunday. We're going in for a morning hunt. Don't think we'll set all day, but the deer were moving last night as we was leaving the farm after practicing. We seen those deer. So we're headed. It's still the youth hunt. We're having to wear a blaze orange. So Jerod's made it to the truck, so I'm gonna cut this off. In the next video, we'll see you over in the woods. Thanks for watching. Okay, everybody. I done left Jerod's. He was getting up in his stand, and I'm headed to my stand. Again, this is Sunday, October the 17th. Yes, you've heard me say many times, we don't hunt Sundays. But we couldn't hunt yesterday morning because of a cold front that was coming through. We had real high gusty winds, heavy rains Saturday morning. It wasn't going to let up until about 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And we talked about doing an evening hunt, but we still had the winds. So we went down to the farm and done some practicing. And then we scouted out a couple areas down there that we're probably going to end up muzzleloader hunting this year. And we found several rubs while we were doing our scouting. So it looks like we'll muzzleloader hunt over on that side. Of course, it will be buck only because it's on the east side of Route 19, and there is no doe hunting on the east side. So, like I said, I'm making my way to my stand. Y'all just stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have some action today. So we'll catch you in a little bit. Morning, everybody. As you can see, I've made it to my tree and just took off my toboggan. Like I said, it's 39 degrees. I still haven't got over here and put my fabric up on my left side, so I got a jacket hanging right here, trying to block my left side. Sunrise was at 7:34. I got in here just about 7:30. And yeah, I know it's a little bit of a late start, but we got here in plenty of time. But I mean, it was dark. And we finished drinking our coffee. Jerod and I are the only two hunting today. Thought Big Al was going to come, but yesterday evening he said no. He's staying at his mother's house, and she's 87 years old, and she's a good Christian and everything. And she was complaining about him hunting on Sunday. He said since he's staying there, he didn't want to get her upset and mad, so he chose not to hunt today. But me and Jerod's over here. It's not going to be, let's say, an all-day set and hunt. We'll hunt up until about 11:30. Go out for some J&J hot dogs, and come back in for an evening hunt. It's a little breezy right now, but that front storm went through, and like I said, 39 degrees. Yeah, I mean, this is hunting weather. Now the thing is, this is also the last day of the weekend youth hunt. Yesterday and today is the youth hunt, and the youth from 8 to 14 have to be accompanied by an adult who cannot have a firearm. The youth can only shoot a doe, and then the youth that are 15 to, I believe it's 18, can hunt unassisted, and all they can shoot's a doe. Now, I may get some haters on this, but I'm sorry. If you're a licensed hunter, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, you should not be participating in this youth hunt. This should be for youth that aren't licensed, 8 to 14, that's with a parent or a grandparent or an uncle, and them getting their opportunity to hunt and to harvest an animal. I thought that was the sole purpose of the youth hunts, was to get the youth involved. Okay, so I have a little heartburn over them allowing 15 to 18 year olds these 2 days this month, 2 days in December, the end of December, to come out and shoot does. I think it should be for the youth 8 to 14 that's not licensed hunters, and let them have the opportunity to hunt and hopefully enjoy it, and when they become 15 years old they buy a license and they start hunting. But that's just my opinion. And some people may agree, some people may not agree. I say by the time most youth are 15, 16, 17, 18, they're bow hunting. And we all know most hunters live to bow hunt. They enjoy that 2-week rifle season, and they enjoy the 1-week muzzleloader season. And then of course I just checked the DNR regs because I found out there is a doe season October the 21st through the 24th. So again, I have to wear blaze orange. And this is a regular doe season. I mean, I could go buy my stamp and come over here with my rifle and doe hunt, kill a doe. But here's my problem with that. And I might get haters on this too, I don't know. But the bow hunters are getting screwed. Yeah, they brought season in the last week of September. Gave us, this would have been the weekend bow season normally would have opened before they started opening it up the last week of September, which gave us, 2 extra weeks, maybe 3. But we're still getting screwed. We got a youth hunt this weekend, which was the traditional bow season opener years ago. For 2 days, we have to wear blaze orange. Like I said, today is the 18th? No, 17th. I keep getting my days mixed up. Today's the 17th. Okay. The 21st would be Thursday. So it'd be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's regular doe hunting. I'm sorry, folks. The DNR in this state is killing off too many does. You got bow hunters who shoot does. You got the youth who get to shoot does. You're bringing in a doe season in October. When I first started hunting, the doe season was 3 days because we didn't have Sunday hunting. And it was the week after the second week of buck season. You got to hunt Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then, later, they made it a whole week. So you had the week of 2 weeks of buck season, then a week of doe season. Then you had the muzzleloader season. Now, there's I think when I looked at the regs this morning, that was another reason why I was kind of late getting out, because I was looking at the regs. There's almost 5 weeks, counting the youth hunts, there's almost 5 weeks of doe firearm season. Because the 2 weeks of buck season, basically it's either sex. If you've got a Class N tag, you can shoot a doe. Muzzleloader season, you don't have to have a Class N tag. It is either sex. If you're in a county that has doe season. The DNR needs to rethink their strategy. I think they need to go back the way it was 10, 15 years ago. They're killing off way too many does. And that's the reason why now when you go in the woods, unless you have a bait pile, you're not seeing many deer. So that's my rant for this morning. I got to get concentrating on hunting. This is prime time and I'm sitting here talking to you guys on the video. But that was just eating at me. Like I said, I'll probably get some haters for this, but now I'm telling you, they're killing off too many does. Bow hunters kill does. Muzzleloader season, you kill doe. Youth hunts, they kill does. That's all they're allowed to kill. Doe season, I'm sorry, you're killing too many does. And like me and Jerod was talking in the truck, DNR, if you're watching this, which I doubt they do, if you're watching this, make the second week of buck season either sex. That way the youth can get out during buck season, they can kill buck or a doe. Make the second week of buck season either sex, muzzleloader season either sex. Leave the bow seasons like they are, because it's either sex for the bow season. And you'll still accomplish the same thing without screwing the bow hunters. Enough rant. Stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. There'll be more to come. Thank you for watching, and hopefully there'll be a clip here pretty soon of some deer coming in. Stay tuned.
Well, how's everyone doing today? Today's Sunday, October 17th. It's around 8:30, maybe 9. Me and Dad got in here this morning before daylight. It was just light enough you could walk without having to use a flashlight. We had a cold front move through yesterday, and we finally have fall temperatures. We're not out here fighting bugs, and as you can see, breaking out the boggin, the Erico boggin. Our good friend Phil Ashby sent these to us, and on a morning like this morning, we are very grateful. When me and Dad started in, it was 39 degrees. The wind's blowing probably around 10 mile an hour, 12 mile an hour, something like that with the gusts. So the breeze is cold. But the deer should be moving. I haven't seen anything yet. But I'm not hunting over bait this year. We have put out some mineral. We've had out salt blocks. But as far as corn or anything like that, nothing's been at my spot for 2 weeks now. So what I'm hunting is natural movement. I'm on a good system of trails right here. My camera has showed me they're using this spot, but everything was at nighttime. With these temperatures changing, I think we'll start getting some more daytime photos. But I know I've got a few bucks in the area. A couple of them are on my hit list. They're the ones I'd really like to get. Don't think I'll shoot any does, not yet anyway. If I do, it'll be later in the season. So if I have any does come through, I'm just going to leave the bow hang, and I'm going to pay attention to the camera. So I'll get some good video of them. Y'all get to watch them with me. But as of right now, nothing. I've seen some squirrels, some chipmunks. Like I said, the temperatures are great. Light jacket and a hoodie, and you're good. So you just need something that'll keep the wind from getting to you. This jacket that I've got, if you can, you can see it a little bit. My wife and my kids got me this for Christmas last year. I never got to hunt in it. It is super light, but it blocks 100% of the wind, and it does a great job. It doesn't bulk you up too much. And while I have some downtime, Dad's been on me to do my review of the Spypoint cell link that you plug into your cameras. To sum up my review, it's junk. If you do not live right next to a cell phone tower to where you have 100% signal, I do not suggest buying it. I do not suggest putting it on your camera. Don't trust it. I ran that thing for the first month that my camera was out, probably. Never got a single picture off of it. Now, what that thing is supposed to do, even if it doesn't send the picture, it's supposed to store it. So whenever you come in to check your camera, it takes a micro SD card. You're supposed to be able to pull that micro SD card, and any pictures that thing has taken will be stored on that card. Well, I let mine run for a month, and I never got a single picture off of it. We did have some technical difficulties with it in the beginning, but we got that lined out. And it still wasn't sending pictures. It was contacting the app. It was updating the app, telling me the temperature it was over here. It was letting me know what time it communicated with my phone, but I never got a single picture from it. So I swapped it out and just put a regular SD card in my camera. When I did that, I started getting about 60 to 70 pictures in a week's time frame. And that just tells me that thing is junk. It didn't even store the pictures. It wasn't even taking the pictures. That being said, Dad has one on his camera, and yes, he has gotten a few pictures from it. It has sent him a few pictures. But I would say since he's put his camera out to today, he may have 20 pictures from his spot. He may have 20. I have told him, I said, if you would take that out and put a regular SD card in, you're going to see that thing is missing tons of pictures. He still has faith in it. He hasn't done it. He leaves it on there, and that's fine. But he's missing a lot of pictures. So my advice from my personal experience in the area I hunt, the signal strength that it had, what was weird about it is some days it would say it had no signal. 12 hours later, it may say it has 90% signal. Then 12 hours later, it may say it only has 40% signal. So it's all over the place. The big thing with me was it wasn't even taking pictures. If it had at least been taking the pictures and maybe the signal strength wasn't good enough to send them to my phone, I'd say, okay, well, it's working. I just don't have good enough cell signal. The problem I had with it was it didn't even take the pictures. So my personal recommendation, if any of you watching are interested in this thing, buyer beware. I don't trust it, and I wouldn't recommend you trust it. It's a good concept, and some of these cameras out there, they work and they work flawless, but a lot of those cameras are $200 and up. I think the ones Reconnex, that's like a $700 camera. Those cameras are going to work. Again, though, if you're in an area that doesn't have cell signal, or you're not close to a tower, it'll take the pictures, but it's going to be the same as if you had a Cuddy Back out, or you had a Wild Game Innovations out, or you had a Moultrie out. You're going to have to go check the SD card. So why spend $700 if you know there's not good cell signal in your area to have to still go check the SD card? The whole reason of buying that stuff is so you don't have to go into the woods. Maybe you're busy, maybe you don't want to spread your scent, you don't want to put added pressure in the area. whatever it may be, you want that camera to send those pictures to your phone. But I know with my cell link, it did not function the way it was supposed to. And if I ever put it back out in the woods, I will have a regular camera sitting right beside it. And that way, if it doesn't take pictures, again, the other camera will at least take those pictures for me. So, like I said, you know, don't want to keep beating a dead horse, repeating myself, but I don't trust it. The thing is nice sized. Everything about it is easy to use. Setup with it was easy to do. It's got a watertight seal on it to where once you close it up, you know, it seals up to where water can't get in it. It comes with a detachable antenna, the strap to go around the tree. It has your communication cable that plugs into the SD card slot on your camera, and then it plugs into the cell link itself. And it has a place where you can lock it to your camera or to your box or to the tree. So the whole design of it, they did a really good job. But as far as functionality for me, in the area I hunt, and my experience with it, it wasn't worth the $50 that I spent on it. So take it for what it is. That's my experience. But I'm going to get back to hunting and being quiet. I've rambled enough. I've bored you enough. So I'm going to get back to hunting. Hopefully I see some deer. If I do, I'll turn the camera back on. So y'all stay tuned. Well, it's been about 2 hours and 15 minutes since I got in the stand. Seen one blue jay, one chipmunk. Heard a couple squirrels barking. And that's been about it. Still breezy, and it is cool this morning. I haven't looked to see what the temperature is right now on my app, but it's cold. I dressed warm, but not quite warm enough, I don't think. But I'm okay. I can still sit here until 11 o'clock, 11:30. Just haven't seen anything. I don't know if Jared's seen anything. He hasn't sent me a text or anything. I did use the grunt tubes that I got from Newman Brown of Run and Gun Game Calls, just lightly, not aggressively or anything. And I brought my rattling bag today and just did some light tinking with it, like a couple young bucks or whatever, sparring a little bit or something.
and just haven't seen anything yet. Now, of course, it's not quite a full moon yet, but after the clouds cleared out yesterday evening, late, the moon was out. And we know when we left the farm, when we was in the woods scouting for an area maybe to muzzleloader hunt up there on the farm, we had one deer blow at us. So we know they were moving yesterday evening. We may should have, instead of going to the farm and practicing our bow shots, we may should have come in for an evening hunt. But it was still a little breezy yesterday evening. And Big Al needed to practice at 30. We got his sight set at 20, and he hadn't really shot any 30. He was over at the house, my house, and got his sight set for 20. And there's just some fine tune adjustments, fine little tuning we had to do to it. And he wanted to shoot it at 30. Well, you really can't get a good 30-yard shot at my house. And the next thing we knew, it was hunting season. So we chose yesterday evening, after the rain stopped and the big gusty wind stopped, to go to the farm and let Big Al shoot his bow at 30, see if we had to do anything. He was shooting good at 30. He has no problems at 30 yards. And so them deer might have moved on the night and bedded down this morning, but I figured they'd be moving. So we'll just have to wait and see. Stay tuned. Well, I just talked to Jerod. It's almost 15 after 10, and he hasn't seen anything. He asked me if I'd seen anything. I told him I hadn't seen anything but a blue jay, chipmunk, and I've heard a couple squirrels barking. But other than that, that is it. And that wind really gets you to start shivering a little bit. I was fine until just a little bit ago, maybe just before Jerod texted me. And now it seems like I can't shake the shakes. But we talked about when we're going to go out for lunch. And honestly, I think I'm going to start out here about 10:30. It gives me roughly three and a half hours in the stand. And I haven't seen anything. So we'll probably go out and get some J&J hot dogs. They're at the River Exxon on Route 60. the intersection of Route 60 and 19. And get warm a little bit. May go home. Going back over this evening for an evening hunt. We'll just have to check with him, see what he wants to do. Usually we would stay here all day. We'd go eat lunch and we'd come back and we'd park up there and we'd set up the truck for an hour or two, then come back in the woods. But I was checking to see what he wants to do. Just haven't seen nothing. And I've got a wide view. You've seen me kind of pan around, show you what all I've got. And now that the leaves are starting to fall, even though they ain't really changed colors, I can see down this bottom a little bit more. So, you know, something's coming up through that bottom. I can see it before it ever gets up here, if it comes up here. So, just stay tuned. We'll be back. And appreciate you sitting in the stand with me. Wish I had some more excitement. But that's just the way it goes when you're really hunting. And again, like I said, this is Sunday. Usually we don't hunt Sundays. We told you we've done it one time before. It didn't feel right. And you know, because it used to be Sundays you wasn't allowed to hunt. And just a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I don't know how long it was, they passed it where you could hunt Sundays. So, but with that rain and everything yesterday, didn't want to miss a weekend of hunting, so we're here. And we're giving it our best. So just stay tuned. See you on the next clip. Okay, I'm starting out 10:30. Go meet up with Jerod. I'll take my time heading out, just in case maybe something was headed this way, but I don't know. I don't know if the wind would have them blocked up or not. But now I do want to show you guys something. I'm where my camera is right now. And yeah, I got the shakes. But I'm going to try to show you, you know, right up there is my tree stand. If I can zoom in on it. And yes, I have the shakes. There's my tree stand. Okay, I'm about, let me think here, I'm trying to look, about 25 yards from it. And then we pan down through here, and there's the uprooted tree where I'd put Lucky Buck. There's another uprooted tree. But you can see down in this bottom, I'm hoping. You can see down this bottom. And when all these leaves come off, I will have a good view of all this. And then there's a pine. Get over here. There is a pine right down there. That's where I muzzleloader hung one year. And then that goes over towards where Jerod's at. So I'm gonna make my way to him, and we'll see you on the next clip. Hello everybody, I'm headed over to the lease. It's 3:22 on a Monday. Didn't do an evening hunt Sunday, so I'm gonna put this as part of Sunday's video. But I'm headed over to do a little bit of bow hunting. Took off work because a buddy of mine was showing me, he's got a camera that sends pictures to his phone, and deer's been moving this morning. Should have went this morning. It was 37 degrees this morning, but I had to go to work. But I usually get off at 4, so I left at 3. I've changed clothes, and I'm heading over there now. So just stay tuned, and we'll see what happens this evening. Thanks for watching. Evening, everybody. I've made it over here. It's 3:50, so I'll get to my stand about 4:05, 4:10. I'm not going to try to bust my chops. It's about 60. The truck was saying about 63 degrees. At home it was 61. And of course, that digital sensor is in the shadows. It's hanging from a tree. So when I get under the canopy of the woods, it's probably around 61, 60. It is a little breezy over here, but looking out ahead of me, I don't see a lot of tree movement. But back here where the truck's parked, which is the right of way for the power line, see a lot of tree swaying back and forth. So just stay tuned, and we'll do an evening hunt here on October the 18th. Thanks for watching. I will tell you this, you can't walk into the woods quietly. These leaves have been falling. Of course, the wind blowing, it's drying up everything from where it rained on Saturday. But there's no quiet way to get into your stand. Especially when you got to walk as far as I do to get to my stand. I'm coming up on Alvin's main stand. His feeder's still hanging, but there hasn't been any feeder or battery in it since last fall. When he put up his new stand, we were going to move his feeder, and we never got around to it. I'm trying to watch out ahead of me a pretty good bit, just in case there are any deer out moving right now. A buddy at work, he's got one of those cellular cameras. It's not I don't think it's a Spypoint cell link. It's a regular cellular camera. Don't know what brand. And he's been getting pictures this morning of deer moving. He had one picture. There was about 8 does, I think, 7 does and a spike in front of his camera. And so this morning would have probably been the best time to be over here, but I had to be at work. So got everything I needed to do done. Took off an hour early. I get off at 4. I could have still come over, but I left the office about 10 after 3. Get home, change clothes, grab the bow and the backpack. So I'm on my way. I'll be in my tree stand here in a little bit. Stay tuned. Okay, I arrived at my tree stand. And the time is 10 after 4. So it takes me about 20 minutes. That's pretty much not stopping to get to my tree stand. I'm going to have to fix that umbrella. I don't know where the snaps are. It has a strap where you snap it around the tree, but I've got some rope and I'll get it fixed. Okay. Gonna shut the camera off, get the backpack off. Thanks for going up the tree with me. Okay, I'm all set up. Got my little makeshift blind here on the left, which is my jacket. Try to block anything from seeing me from the left. And as you can tell, the sun is directly in my face. So when these leaves are gone, an evening hunt's gonna be bad from this stand because I'm gonna have the sun in my face. But I do know deer travel through here. When you go over this way, down into the bottom and across the road to the other side, there's about an 8 or 10 year old clear cut that's done growed up. Well, yeah, about 8 or 10 years old. It's a thicket. And we've seen deer crossing the road coming from there over to here. It's just being in here at the right time when they cross over. Now, I think they come over here to feed. And like in the morning, that opening day, I had that doe coming through here. She was going this way. Of course, she ended up going down that way and down in this hollow. And probably across the road. And I'd say that over there is their bedding. This over here is their feeding. So I'm hoping I can do good right here. Like I said, Sunday, we were going to do an afternoon hunt, evening hunt. We went out and got lunch, we come back, and we sat in at the truck. And I was going to brew some coffee. And Jerod got a text from his wife. And she didn't believe we was going to hunt all day because we hadn't planned on being over here all day. I was supposed to leave at 10, but things changed, I didn't have to leave. So we decided instead of going home, we'd just stay. Well, he got a text from her. He had some things there at the house that he needed to do, she wanted done. And he hated to ruin my hunt. And I said, no problem. I said, maybe you'll go home, get it done, and then we'll come back. Now, by 5 o'clock, I hadn't heard nothing from him, so I knew he wasn't coming back. And I wasn't going to come over at that time by myself because the sunset, like today's at 6:45. So this evening, I opted to take off work early, come over here. Like I said, this is going to be part of Sunday's video. So y'all just stay tuned. Hopefully there'll be some action here in a little while. It is a little breezy, I will tell you that. So I hope they come in kind of close. I don't want to take a 40-yard shot at a deer with the wind blowing. So stay tuned. Well, it's 6 o'clock. I haven't seen nothing but chipmunks. I heard one squirrel out that way barking and barking. I've got about another 35, 40 minutes. I'll have to start heading down out of the tree. It's been a nice hunt. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's a hunt. It's not a kill. But it's been a nice hunt. The temperatures are starting to drop. I think it's supposed to get down into the 40s tonight. But just heard them chipmunks running across the ground. Hear them chirping every now and then. And that's it. So, unless something happens here soon, probably won't be nothing else other than my closing video. So, appreciate you sitting in the stand with me.
keep looking. Sorry about that. Instead of looking straight at the camera, I keep looking out ahead. But you got to do that when you're hunting and sitting in the stand. Because I could be sitting here talking to you guys and see something right off coming in. But it's been a good evening. That wind's been a little breezy. I felt the stand rock a little bit, so. But you're not going to see them unless you get out here. Some days you see them, some days you don't. So just stay tuned. We'll be back. Okay, I'm down out of the stand, and I think I found a rub. I'm gonna go check it out. Yep, that's a rub. Is it this year's? I don't know. But this is the first time I've seen it. I think you can see it right there. I think it's an old rub though. So I don't think it's a fresh one. It's too brown. But it's 6:35, sunset 6:45. And I'm not going to tell you all my philosophy about hunting late and being by yourself. I've already went over that last time I was in here hunting in the evening. So I'm going to make my way back to the truck and head home. Might come back over another evening this week and see if I can get lucky. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm almost at the truck. I appreciate every one of you riding along with me, sitting in the stand with me, and the walkout. I tried to walk out quietly. It's already like 15 minutes after sunset. And so you can see it back up through there. I believe you can see it. But I tried to be stealth but the leaves are so dry. You know, you got these leaves falling out of the trees now, and I don't know if they had a frost over here. I had a little bit of frost in my truck this morning when I went to work, but the walkout was kind of quick. I wanted to get out here before it got dark. My headlamp's in the backpack, so I didn't want to have to take it off and get it. Didn't jump anything, didn't see anything but a squirrel run across the path. But appreciate y'all riding along, sitting and staying with me this walkout. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. That thumbs up, I mean, that really gets the videos out there. And this year has been a great year for J&J True Outdoor Adventures. It all started with the 2020 deer camp, and we're anxious for the 2021 deer camp. Hopefully we'll get some bucks up there on the mountain. But we'll have videos from camp, and you know, of course, they won't come out until after we get back from camp. And of course, when I get back, it's going to take me some days getting the first episode ready to upload to YouTube. But again, appreciate it. Thanks for being with me. And as we like to say, see you in the woods. Thanks for watching.